This video is brought to you by my two books, Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist and The Blues Guitar Bible. Want to learn about modes, harmony, scales, chord substitution and keys? Or maybe you're interested in supercharging your blues guitar rhythm and lead chops. Whatever you're interested in, I guarantee you will be hitting the fast lane to progress with either of these works. Both feature video demonstrations and tutorials, loads of tabs and jam tracks to play along with, and I promise you, everything is explained in crystal clear plain English. Check out the links in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That little sort of ballady kind of solo there was me doing my best to illustrate a particular way of putting together a guitar solo that is very much favoured by players like David Gilmour and Gary Moore and Slash and Carlos Santana and Mark Knopfler, and well, the list goes on really. It's one of those things that, you know, when maybe somebody isn't at that particular moment doing anything particularly flashy or kind of pyrotechnical as it were, but it still creates a memorable melodic sound. Well, that's what we're going to delve into today, building upon the kind of foundation that we've been talking about in terms of the pentatonic scale and the box patterns and everything, and the phrasing and everything that we've discussed so far in this series of videos. All the others are linked down in the description, by the way. Today it is the time to, I think, start talking about note choices. Not just kind of playing over a particular chord sequence with a pattern or a run. Let's think a little bit more about the individual notes that we're using at any given time. And, well, here's some information on that.
Here is the explanation.
Okay, so the best place to start, as always, when you're looking at any sort of lead guitar scenario, is to talk about what chord sequence is being played over, and this is the backing track I was using. You can see D, E minor, G and A, then bottom row D, C, G, and a B flat and a C there. So there's a couple of borrowed chords in there, and if you're wondering what that means or what the whole kind of thing is with borrowed chords, then I've done a video on that. I'll link to it in the description. Anyway, what we need to do is understand what notes are in each of those chords. And we could talk about this in jargony kind of terms like major third, minor third, perfect fifth and all that sort of stuff. But the way I figured it out when I was, kind of a young chap, was to realise that basically any major chord, let's take D major for example, contains a root note. So there's a D note there. Then it'll contain also the note found 4 semitones above that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an F sharp. And then it'll contain the note 3 semitones above that. 1, 2, 3. That is an A. So, and we can hear that those are the notes in a D chord. And that little kind of root plus 4 plus 3 semitones works for any major chord. For a minor chord, it's the other way around. So we take, for instance, an E minor chord. That has an E root note. Then, in this case here, because it's a minor chord, we go up 3 semitones. 1, 2, 3. And then we go up 4. 2, 3, 4. So we get an E, a G, and a B. And if we take a listen to an E minor chord, there's your E, G, and B notes. You can repeat the notes as many times as you want, put them in any order you want, but that's basically how to figure out what notes are in any given chord. So let's put that to work in our chord sequence there. You can see I've indicated what all of the notes are in each chord, and then simply you just go through chord by chord and choose a note. So for instance, from the D chord I'm going to play an F sharp note. From the E minor chord I'm going to play a G note. I'm going to stick with the G note on the G chord, and then when it gets to the A chord I'm going to use an E note. Moving on to the next D chord, I'm going to use an A note there, and then when we come to the C chord, let's go for an E note, then the G chord, let's have a B, then moving on to the B flat chord, let's use the B flat note there, and for the C chord, let's use the C note there. So just playing nothing but those notes, just kind of playing just those notes over the relevant chords, sounds like this. And then what you need to do is just basically join the dots with whatever the appropriate scale pattern is. Now, because the this backing track has an overall kind of D major tonality or feel, then what we can do is use the D major pentatonic right there. So for instance, you can see there's no G note in that scale, but we can see where there's an F sharp note, and G is always just 1 fret above any F sharp. There's no C note in that scale, but we can see where there's a B note, so we can just go 1 semitone or 1 fret above the B note to find the C, and so on. We can just find all of the notes by referencing this basic chord framework scale of D major pentatonic. And if we do that, if we join the dots using that scale pattern, those original notes, let's run through them again. We have, here we go, an F sharp and a G and another G and an E and another A, an A note rather, and an E note and a B note and a B flat and a C note. If we just join those dots using the scale, it can sound like this. And that's the secret to it. That's how you can put together a melodic solo. You can see that there are 3 things that you need to keep track of. What chord am I playing over? What notes are in that chord? Where are those notes on the fretboard? And these are all useful skills in many, many aspects of playing guitar, playing chords, playing lead, playing many things. Basically everything that you need to do on the guitar. It sort of weans you off that memorizing a pattern kind of thing, and then, oh, that pattern's quite similar to that one, and I often get the two of them confused. And it just gives you a greater understanding of what you're doing. And one thing that one side benefit of this is what we've been talking about today, being able to play melodic solos. So now you know what to do. Go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you'll find a full tab for that piece of music at the start of the video in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing the solo, the jam track to play along with yourself, and that little explanation there. That is all as usual upon my Patreon page. There's the address. Link in the description, as I'm sure you know by now, $3 or £3-ish a month, and you get access to all of these additional goodies and resources that go along with these YouTube videos. And of course, it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway, a massive, massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are downstairs in the description, including the Tier 2 level of Patreon membership, where you get all that stuff, but you also get a twice monthly hangout with me and the other Tier 2 supporters on Zoom every other Tuesday, 7 PM UK time. That's a great little get-together. I can really recommend that. And there's also some extra video content like reaction videos and that sort of thing that I'm putting up on the Patreon platform as well. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, the link is in the description. But thank you to everybody who just supports me in any of those ways. Help me keep the lights on around here. Much, much appreciated. And that is the video for today, folks. Hope you found it useful and informative in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time. We have a beer and a chat, basically. That's what Friday evenings are all about, and it's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.